Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Highly Taken Podcast, episode number 26. David Siegfried again, back at you from Tallahassee, Florida. That's COVID.
Maryland. Yep.
COVID boy. Hey, Nick back at you in Jacksonville. Let's get it, guys.
All right, so it's the beginning of the week, which means, again, like always, we had baseball games this past weekend, and we're going to see the results from our Dubs and Chugs. So, Nick, tell us the rundown.
Yeah, so I'm going to do this a little differently, guys. Coming in first place was David with 6.
Yeah, I did research.
Yeah,
Got 6 this week.
You did pretty well, but I'm going to do this a little differently.
Nice.
Talking about our tiebreaker game, we picked the Pirates versus the Brewers, right? Christian said the Brewers were going to win 10-7. David, you said the Brewers were going to win 8-5. I said Pirates were going to win 8-5. Final score was Pirates 4, Brewers 1.
Listen, Christian, as soon as I picked the Brewers to win, you should have picked the Pirates immediately.
Yeah. Darn.
So on that note, Christian,
Mm-hmm.
are you ready?
Do
you have your drink ready?
Of course I have a drink next thing.
All right, cool. You came in second place.
Knew it, baby. Let's go. We're here. We're proud. Guns are out.
I got 0 right. I had 4, and then I had 0 right on Sunday.
Okay.
On Sunday, I had 0
right.
Oh.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I got all 3 wrong on Sunday, and that was just the demise.
What, I have 5?
You had 5, yeah. Yep. So, I should have just taken David's picks. I purposely did this tiebreaker game, to help me. Gonna have to go back drawing board, figure out what's going on because I can't be doing this. I'm gonna leave it up to you. I have a Sprite I can chug.
Sprite.
Or have a peanut butter and jelly soda that I can chug.
Oh, what do you thinking here, David?
Do the PB&J because I feel like that one's gonna taste good.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how he's gonna get the taste of losing out.
Give me a little sip
some
test
PB&J.
I want a quick sip test real quick before.
Oh yeah, I want to know. This is
like chug.
I want to know if this is like the PB&Js that you make yourself, or just like a Uncrustables in the freezer PB&J.
What do you think? Yeah.
It's not that bad. It's more jelly flavored than peanut butter.
That makes sense because I feel like
ranch.
I feel like PB&J would be like very jelly flavored, very fruity with a little salt in it.
Yeah,
All right, chug boy.
All right. So I guess we might as well. Where should we start from here then? I have no idea where we should go from here.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like a.
There's the peanut butter
after day segment or episode here. Look, why don't we just go ahead and just jump right in with the deflated and certified ballers? Why not?
I agree.
I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Here. Look, guys, I'm gonna start off with the deflated baller here.
Why?
Before I go to the certified, we're gonna wait. Why not? Because I like to start with the bad news and I like to shine light on good news after. I like to kind of steal the pain. That's how I am.
Okay.
Oh no! I mean, okay. Oh wait, I forgot. You guys also have certified ballers.
We have deflated ballers. No, but if you want to do deflated ballers,
I have an honorable mention.
Of course you do. Well, look, my deflated ballers. It's gonna be the Angels organization right now, guys. Since the trade deadline, when they came out and said that, look, we're not trading Ohtani, they have fallen fast and hard. They are now 7 games back from the next wild card spot, which Toronto holds, and they have to jump the likes of New York and Boston, bro, and Houston. They're
Seattle now.
Listen, let's be honest here. Those wild card spots are going to all AL East positions.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And it's like you could have gotten the world as the Angels organization for Ohtani, and you couldn't suck it up. You thought that you could make a playoff push, and you shit the bed. And it's like now he's going to walk for millions of dollars that you're not going to pay, and even if you do, he's not going to accept it.
Yeah, I like it. So let's we'll save the deflated baller. I want to hear his certified baller first. And David said he has an honorable mention certified baller. So I'll let you do your certified baller, and then I'll do my deflated, and David will do his because he has something good for us.
My certified baller of the week is going to be Citizens Bank Park with a standing ovation for Trey Turner. I mean, listen, I like it. I like what we're doing here. We're trying to get him out of his slump. Right, next night he comes out, hits probably the biggest hit so far of the season for himself. I like to see it. I would like to see him if we get into the playoffs as the Phillies. You get into the playoffs, I think you could see glimpses of what we know Trey Turner to be before this season, what we saw in the World Baseball Classic, that come through clutch player. I think we can find that guy again if we get into the Red October.
I really like that, and I would argue that certified baller could be Trey Turner to Philly.
Yeah.
After what he did and this weekend, I mean that 3-run shot was huge, and then he buys a billboard for Philly and thanks them. Dude, that's what we want. And I think a lot of what Trey Turner's been dealing with is, it's a different organization, it's a different city. I think he wasn't super comfortable just yet. I think he's starting to understand how Philly is and think about it. Bryce Harper, when we first got him, he wasn't like the greatest his first year. And then I think obviously June came in effect and he went off the charts. But I just think it takes time to get used to the organization. And come playoff time, if the Phillies make it to the playoffs, you're going to see Trey Turner shine because he's a competitive person. I don't see him not going out there and balling out.
Yeah, and I think Cassidy said it best. Trey Turner comes into a situation where he's a star on a team now that already has a bunch of stars. So, now you have a bunch of pressure put on you because he signed that giant deal. And Philadelphia is a tough town. We threw snowballs to Santa Claus, for goodness sakes.
Batteries.
So, well, but anyway, like, I think he said it best. He'll find his own. And look at Cassidy this year; he's had a great year so far after his bad year last year. So, what we say about slump busters, they bust slumps. So that's all that we need.
That's right. And Schwarber stayed about the same.
Yeah. He'll give you his one home run every like 6 at bats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my honorable mention, certified baller, really close to putting Jose Ramirez. Very close to putting Jose Ramirez. He hit Tim Anderson with that Matt from Wii Sports hook. But my certified baller is going to be NFL fans because football is back. We had the Hall of Fame game on Thursday. Teams are holding their big scrimmage practices inside the stadiums. We're a month away from regular season games. I'm excited. I know these two are excited. And NFL fans are ready for an exciting season. And this makes NFL fans my certified baller this week.
Yeah, there's only so much training camp I can watch, man. That's all I'm doing is watching all the film and stuff.
Yeah.
And I want the season to just start now, man. It's killing me. So we'll get it. I'll tell you what my deflated baller is, and it hits home. It hits home very hard. It's gonna be the women's soccer team, U.S. women's soccer team. What a joke of an organization you are this year. I'm sorry, but you're supposed to be arguably the best team in soccer in the world, and you argued to get paid the same amount as men's. Yet, guess what? You got knocked out the same as the men's did in the FIFA Cup. So what's that tell you? Maybe not. You don't have the viewers, but not to mention it's the way you acted. You tie Portugal and you go out laughing, celebrating like you just won the game. You didn't. You go into shootouts against Sweden in this knockout round, and you acted like it didn't matter. I can't think of her name right now, off the top of my head, but you missed your penalty kick, and then you laugh. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. And I'm sorry, you're out here to support and represent our country, and that is not how you represent our country. We are very competitive in this country, and that shenanigans, I hate it because I'm a competitor and I don't like that.
Me and your shenanigans. Stay off my lawn.
You like that?
Yeah.
Wait,
no.
Good.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I can just say that was my weekend gamble this past week. It was, I thought that the Women's World Cup team was gonna lose against Sweden.
Yeah.
I
probably
think
good that you got that right.
This entire World Cup was playing with 0 sense of urgency and 100 sense of complacency. They are the best team in my mind in the entire world for Women's Cup.
Have been for a while.
Just the old saying goes, hard work beats talent. Talent fails to work hard. It's unfortunate. I did not want to be right because I want the USA to win. It shouldn't have gone to PKs in the first place. but credit to Sweden. I guess PewDiePie has bragging rights now, so props to that. What I will say to you guys is I'm glad you didn't make me double down bet because there's only 422 runs scored this past weekend.
Don't worry, David. You'll get the next one wrong, and I can't wait for
Nice.
you to open that box up and see, because you are not going to enjoy that. What I got you.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how that goes.
So I'm going to do my deflated baller, and it's going to come into another conversation with you guys. I was really close to putting Justin Thomas on here for failing to make the FedEx Cup. Really
I feel like I'm
heartbreaking.
learning what this is.
That's
really
so hard,
heartbreaking.
man. He tried to. He almost chipped it
that
in.
close.
And...
If it was like if it bounced a centimeter beforehand, that was going in and not hitting the flag stick. So it's really a shame, but I think the true one here is going to be the Pac-12, or I guess the Pac-4. I don't really know what you want to call it anymore.
Yeah. They're going to be the Pac-3.
You were always the other Power 5 conference. Don't get me wrong there. They were indeed the weakest. They just had the worst weekend ever. You lost. How many teams they end up losing this week? Almost all but 4.
Oregon, they lost. Yeah, they lost everybody.
Yeah,
like they. I mean, USC and UCLA announced months ago that they were leaving for the Big Ten, which, UCLA, they're their 2 biggest brands. UCLA does well in almost every other sport besides like football. Like they're always top in their sports. USC is arguably one of the top 5 brands in college football, and I'm not surprised that makes the other Pac-12 teams want to jump too. And then you lose Oregon to the Big Ten. Washington is went to the Big Ten as well, I believe. And then a lot of teams jumped to the Big 12. And what I want to talk about, because that's my deflated baller, is how is this going to affect college football? Is this good for college football? Because I just don't think it is. I don't see how this can be good for college football.
I don't think it is. Kudos to Big 12, man. They lost some teams going to the SEC, but they're trying to get it back, and they're picking up teams that arguably that fit perfectly with the Big 12 offensive teams. Pac-12, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're just like you're taking too much money away from these schools, and like I don't know what it is, but that is a joke. And yeah, it's always been a Power 5, always. I don't know what schools you can possibly get now that are going to make up for what it is. I don't see there being anything that they can do to make them a Power 5 anymore. I think they're going to be there with the WAC or the MAC. I mean, they're not good anymore. And this is where I take away when they move to 8 teams, they don't get an automatic bid, where as the other ones, the Big 12 are going to get an automatic bid. Your ACC is going to get an automatic bid. Pac-12, I thought Pac-12 was better than ACC, and now, no, you're not even close.
And here's the big thing. Stanford's not staying. Stanford's a big name in college football. They have a historical, prestigious name. They're not staying in a Pac-4 conference that right now has Oregon State, Washington State, and I forget who, Utah. The other teams.
They just had a meeting. Get out of there soon, then. Stanford just had a meeting with the ACC, which is really kind of funny. They're all the way on the other side of the country, and they're
had the Atlantic Coastal Conference. They're gonna go from the Pacific Athletic Conference, the Atlantic Coastal Conference.
So I mean,
here's the big thing too. What's this going to do to the regular season of football? Because now you have teams like the Big Ten, who's looking to have 18 teams in the Big Ten now. How are you going to have a complete regular season? Because they're saying, next year they were supposed to disband of divisions, but now you're going to have it so you have 18 teams in your division. You're going to somehow have to spread around those games, as well as somehow have to play the out of conference games. But I just think at this point, can you play out of conference games? You're also adding on the next game because we're pushing the 8 teams in the college football playoff. That's an extra game you have to add on there too. So how are they going to do this schedule now? That not only do you have to sit there and try to balance out your conference schedule with all these loaded conferences, you have to somehow find your way to look at it this way. Florida State plays Florida. That's arguably one of the biggest rivalries in college football. But because they're out of the conference, there could be a chance that they get rid of out of conference play. Will that force FSU to go to another conference because of that, to get bigger games? The ACC only has Clemson in it right now. And you're saying maybe Stanford joins. But even then, I don't know if that's enough to be like, we're FSU. We're one of the bigger names in college football as well. Like, I don't, it's messy.
It's really tough, man. I don't think you can get rid of out of conference. I think you're going to dwindle your out of conference. You're not going to have your easy Troy games or Rice games in your schedule anymore. It's going to be harder teams. Here's what I will say for the Big Ten having 18 teams, why not cut the season short and do yourself a little bracket over there? Get yourself ready for the
I just don't know how
championship,
you do that.
playoffs. I don't know. Luckily we're
Yeah,
not on
I
the
don't
committee.
know.
We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
But
and
this
sorry,
is the
I feel like
Pac-12's fault.
yeah, a little Christian talk because we've been talking a lot.
I just feel like you gotta. I don't know. I feel like you're gonna have to make take it from. I mean, dude, we have Power Five conference right now, right? But the Pac-12 is basically getting demolished. It's gone. It's coming down to 4. I think eventually you're gonna see it come down to 3: the ACC, Big Ten, and SEC. I think they're gonna force eventually all these schools. I mean, because like we're talking about right now, how is it gonna affect everything, right? And I mean, with everything, I mean, if there's 18, teams in one conference, yeah, it makes it hard for how to play games. They play what, 10 games a season, 11 games a season, right?
Yeah, they play 11
Before
games and then a
before
conference
their
championship.
yeah. So I mean, in how you figure that's 9 in conference games, no, 8 in conference games, and then 3 out of conference games per year. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of P's and Q's that got to be connected here, and like we said, we're not the committee. I don't know how it would all look out, but I just feel like it's going to be very complicated. It's going to be very interesting though, as people like us watch.
Yeah, and I agree. And here's what's going to happen. I feel like, again, we're going to talk about the Big Ten. They want to go out of divisional. They'll have to go back into divisional. I feel there's no way you can have 18 teams without breaking them into divisions.
Yeah.
But then you won't be able to have interconference play there either because you still have to play 8. You'll maybe be able to play 1 or 2 unless, like I said, you get rid of out of conference. But if they get rid of out of conference, what's probably arguably the biggest name in college football that's going to screw over if they do only in conference games? Notre Dame does not have a conference. They are an independent team.
So
they're
going to
have to
take a
join.
Conference.
They're going to have to finally join a conference. I mean, because I just don't see how it works out with this. I don't know how the schedule is going to work out to add on not only your extra playoff game that you're doing, but now having all these teams have to try to win their own conference.
Notre Dame isn't really much of a worry or concern to me because they're in the ACC and some of their sports. So they'll probably just join the ACC or take out I don't know. You can't go to the Big Ten. I'm sorry. I don't think they can take any more teams. Big Ten
I think
is
Big Ten needs to get rid of teams. Get rid of Rutgers.
Are they making it an 8 playoff team this year or 6?
8 playoff doesn't start this year
until next year.
2024.
2024.
Damn.
Well, is it 2024 playoff season, which would be
no, I think it's 20. See, it's so confusing. I think it's 2024 season. So it wouldn't be until next year. This year still got your 4, but it's going to make it super interesting this year, man, because you're going to have a lot. I mean, really, no one's really leaving this year. Not a lot of teams are leaving.
No. It's going to be the same
next year.
So other than I think Texas and Oklahoma are the only people actually leaving.
Yeah,
they're in
the SEC now.
That's not going to be a concern this year. I think the four teams is okay for this year, but next year it's going to be a cluster mess. I just don't know what
I'm just glad I'm not being paid money to do that. I don't know. There has to be some sort of algorithm that goes into that. Listen, I just think it's bad for college football.
NCAA needs to get their hands on this, and they need to start. They're getting paid enough money. They need to figure it out and be like, hold on, what's going on? Because this is too far. This is too much. I don't know what they're gonna do. I really don't.
Said, but the Pac-12 it will honestly have to dissolve unless they want to start adding random teams. Like, are they going to start pulling from Conference USA? They're going to start pulling from MAC in the Mountain West Conference. Like, they get Boise State in. I don't know what they're going to do.
See, here's the problem with that though, is that are all those schools that they're pulling? Do we look at them as Power 5 schools?
No, we don't. But
exactly. So that's going to be a problem with other. I feel like at the end of the day, dude, the Pac-12 is gone. I feel like we just have to let that. I wouldn't one way or another, it's gonna dissolve.
I wouldn't say it's gone just yet. Give it time, because you're gonna have some teams out there that
want to be a Power 5 team.
They're gonna want to get to the Pac-12. They're gonna get recruiting up because they're on that quote unquote Power 5. So give it time. You have to give it at least a couple years.
They
but
have a year at least. They have a year at least to figure this out before everybody leaves.
I don't know. I just don't know. You're not going to be able to break anyone's contract. They already already signed. I just don't see it happening. Stanford, they're 1 foot out the door. I have a feeling they're probably going to play half the games over in the East Coast and then the other half of the season be in the West Coast. I don't know that, these teams, they're ready to be out. And I would like to see what the contract is that Pac-12 has to see why these teams went out so bad.
Like I said, I just feel like it has to have something to do with USC and UCLA leaving. They're the two biggest money makers there. And I feel like they left, they lost all that revenue. And I think that's could be the reason why. And they are like, look, we have to cut funds this year. Oregon's like, no, we don't want to cut funds. We're one of the biggest brands of college football too.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, more to come, obviously. This is going to be a thing that's going to be happening throughout the year.
Yeah.
And I'm confused more than anything about what's going on.
It's really more just upsetting. It kind of parallels over to like Ariana Grande and the guy from the SpongeBob SquarePants musical. How Ariana Grande is like the Big Ten, and then you have all the teams in the Pac-12, and they just leave them after all those years of being together. Out like that.
Great analogy. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I follow TikTok
for that. Thanks, generation. Brooklyn. Yeah, love it. But hey, let's end with that. We'll definitely be talking about that later on when we hear more news on it. I think Stanford's the next one out. But David, you got something for us?
Oh yeah, I am going to do another great episode of Quiz on Your Face. I really, now that I think about it, I really wish I would have done topics of realignment, because it'd be kind of fun. Like, oh, what conference were they in? Blah blah blah. But you know what? I'm going to go with this. ACC. What is in a name? We know these athletes, but do we know what their real names are? This trivia is going to be all about athletes' real names.
Oh no. Okay.
So I'm guessing we're staying with what we've decided now is unanimous.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Number one is the easiest one. All right. Boxer Cassius Clay converted to Islam. In doing so, he changed his name to what?
Locked in.
And I'll also give you a bonus point if you can name
bonus point of what?
Bonus point if you can name the basketball player who also changed their name after converting to Islam.
Locked in.
All right. Nick, I'll get your two answers first.
Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Christian.
Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I did know those answers. Yes. I swear to God. I knew those answers.
First time I ever heard of Cassius Clay, not gonna lie, was the 2K11 song by Ron Artest called Champion, where he mentioned Cassius Clay.
Yeah, well, actually, fun fact, I did a biography on Cassius Clay, and that's the only reason I knew that.
All right, so it's 2-2 after one. So way to go, guys. Number two, this former Texas star and current career NFL backup QB has a gun-sounding first name that fits perfectly for a QB. However, his real first name is Daniel. What's this quarterback's name? Again, this former Texas star and current career NFL backup QB has a gun-sounding first name that fits perfectly for a QB. However, his real first name is Daniel.
That can't be it.
I mean, like I said, I'm trying to get more hints within the questions to help you guys figure it out so it's not completely hopeless. I feel like this one should be a little bit easier.
No, I'm running through Texas quarterbacks. Like, went to Texas, like, long time.
Yes. Yeah.
I think this is wrong.
Current?
He's a current NFL career backup.
I think this is wrong, but I'm gonna lock in.
All right. Go on, Goldie. Let's see what you got. It honestly isn't that hard of a question. Like I feel like I gave you pretty much the answer within this question here.
I think you did, but I am already locked in.
I'm just gonna lock him. I'm gonna lock him with I don't know because I don't know.
All right. He doesn't know. Okay, Nick, what's your guess?
I should have taken more time on this. This isn't right. Oh, that sucks. Colt McCoy.
The correct answer is Colt McCoy. His real name is actually
Nice.
Daniel.
Nice.
I was know it's a Colt 45. I know it's a drink, isn't it? But there's a Colt,
Colt
as a gun.
45 to you. Smoke
This is
that
exactly-
tumbleweed.
All right, this one
Nice.
is actually probably unfair. I feel like Nick's going to get this pretty easily. This
Oh.
two-time master winner may sound like his brotherly sounding first name is great for shrimp boating, but his real first name is Gary or Jerry. It's Gerry, however you pronounce that. But this two-time master winner may sound like his brotherly sounding first name is great for shrimp boating, but his real first name is Gary/Jerry. Again, I'm going to assume Gary.
Gee, I don't know anything about golf.
Yeah, that's why I held the one golf question. I was gonna ask.
Yo,
Is this a
let me
current
get a
player?
It is a current player.
You want to take a hint?
See, Nick doesn't want to use a hint because this is the golf question. At this point,
I'm running through everyone.
I don't like the way you're staring at me.
Yep, I locked in.
You locked in? All right, Christian. So you can't get a hint.
Tiger Woods.
Fun fact: that's a good one because Tiger Woods' real first name is Eldrick Woods. So
I think I have this, but I might be wrong. So it might sound cocky, but I'm gonna go with the other lefty, Bubba Watson.
That is correct. Bubba Watson. Like I said, his brotherly sounding first name may be good for shrimp boating. Bubba Gump Shrimp. So we got, was it 3-2 now?
Well, 4-2.
No, 4-2. 4-2. Yeah.
4-2. Yep.
He's all right. So
How many questions you got?
There are 10 with the bonus 11 one. So
right,
at
cool.
number 4, Edson Arantes do Nascimento is a giant name, cannot fit in the back of a jersey. So it makes sense that this football legend would shorten it down to what? Again, Edson Arantes do Nascimento is a giant name, so it makes sense that this football legend would shorten it down to what?
What was the last name?
The full name is Edson Arantes do Nascimento, but he shortened his name. The football legend.
What was the last part?
Nascimento. I will say that will not help you at all if you know just hearing that last name.
All right, I'm gonna lock in.
Okay, Christian.
I'm gonna lock in.
Lock in. Okay, Nick, who'd you lock in with?
Eden.
All right, Christian, you lock in with?
Neymar.
Well, Neymar's real name is Neymar, but Edson Arantes do Nascimento is arguably the greatest football player of all time. It is Pele.
Oh my gosh. I was thinking football, not soccer.
Football. I said football.
I would have.
Yeah, I listened to that.
I would have gotten that right. I was literally thinking.
Yeah, at least Christian said Neymar.
Football. I was literally thinking American football. Dang it,
right.
I would have got that right.
So number 5, not that hard of a question either. Irvin Johnson was an NBA star in the 80s and 90s, but what do we know him as, even though he never played for the Wizards?
Locked in. Are you serious right now, bro?
Yeah, Irvin Johnson was NBA star in the 80s and 90s, but what do we know him as, even though he never played for the Wizards?
I'm locked in. Yeah,
Magic Johnson.
Yeah, Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson and his Magic Johnson.
Did you know that, Nick, or are you just following what I said?
No, I knew that. I had to think about it for a second.
All right, number 6, Bo Jackson is the biggest what if in sports history. Bo knows, but do you know what his actual name was? Just don't get him mistaken with the late great Bucks and Chargers receiver. Again, Bo Jackson is the biggest what if in sports history. Bo knows, but do you know what his actual name was? Just don't get it mistaken with the late great Bucks and Chargers receiver.
I'm gonna lock in.
I just need a second.
He has to go. He's going through.
Locked in.
All right, Nick, you locked in first. Who you got?
I'm just taking a wild guess here. I'm gonna go with Mike.
All right, we have Mike. Christian.
I'm gonna go with Vincent Jackson.
His real name is Vincent Jackson.
Nice. Oh wow.
Number
I had
seven.
to think of the receiver.
Yeah. I knew it would have been too hard to just say, oh, what's Bo Jackson's first name? So I had to give you a little hint there. At number 7, Philly legends with the first names Glenn and Harry Leroy share what nickname? And when I say legend, I mean one got run out of town, the other one has his number retired. Again, Philly legends with the first names Glenn and Harry Leroy share what nickname? And again, when I say legend, I mean one got run out of town, the other one has his number retired. I just want to know the nickname that they share. This is a tough one. Is right. I mean, they said legends is a very loose term for one of them for sure.
All right, repeat it one more time, and then that's it.
So Philly legends with the first name Glenn and Harry Leroy share what nickname? And when I say legend, I mean one got run out of town and the other one has his number retired.
That gives me no context clue.
I mean, you just got to know what their real first names were. Christian is having an aneurysm right now.
Do you want to take a hint real quick?
Give me like 10 more seconds and I'll tell you.
Oh, how about the weather we're having? This is great content, by the way. I love the silent 15 seconds with these.
Okay, so hold on.
Hint. Fuck you, hint.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Oh, what should I go with for the hint here? You know what? Okay, this is a name that I would say Bugs Bunny says a lot. That's the only hint I'm going to give. I don't know what to say. Bugs Bunny says his name a lot, specifically when eating carrots.
All right, I'm locked in. Can I just give you the phrase that he says?
No, you have to tell me what the nickname is.
Okay, fine. I got it. I'm locked in. Dude, just lock in if you don't know.
Can I lock in first and say what I want to say first so that way you know I'm not copying?
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you say first.
I'm gonna go Dr. J.
Oh. Okay, Nick, who do you have?
I'm going with Doc. Just Doc.
The correct answer is Glenn Doc Rivers and Doc Holliday, Roy Halladay, also known as Harry Leroy Halladay.
All right. So what's the score now?
All right.
The score is, I don't know what the scores anymore. I think Nick's only missed one, so I think it's what? No, he's missed two.
I've missed
so he has
two.
6. I think he has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he has 6. All right. So number 8, this Red Sox and Athletics center fielder was actually born with the first and middle name Covelli Lois, which sounds less appetizing than his nickname. That sounded like it could be part of a balanced breakfast.
Locked in.
Do you need to repeat?
You said baseball player?
This Red Sox and Athletics center fielder was born with the first and middle name Covelli Lois, which sounds less appetizing than what nickname that sounded like it would be part of a balanced breakfast.
I knew when you told me the teams.
Locked in.
All right, I'll go Christian first.
Frosty.
Frosted Flakes are very good for
breakfast.
you.
Frosted Flakes, yeah.
I would say this isn't part of a good balanced breakfast, but it's Cocoa Crisp, baby.
The answer is Cocoa Crisp. It's crazy. I looked at his stats. I don't think he had any like all-star appearances at all. Although I felt like he was a solid player for.
He had one, right, with the Red Sox.
He won a World Series with the Red Sox, but I don't know if he had a.
Wow.
So I guess that's what 7-4 now.
I told you I was coming back for blood.
Number 9. What former NFL star has the real first name of Orenthal, which I guess didn't fit as well as his nickname? But hey, he's used to things not fitting.
Locked in.
Again,
easy.
Yeah. What former NFL star has the real name of Orenthal, which I guess doesn't fit as well as his nickname? But hey, he's used to things not fitting. Come on, Christian. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I'm
Why?
so
If you don't get this,
lost.
it's gonna kill me. Come on.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna.
lock in with I don't know.
Wow. If
I
it
give him. I
doesn't
give him another
fit, you
hint.
must acquit OJ, baby.
O.J. Simpson, also known as Orenthal Simpson.
Oh yeah.
So I guess our number 10 now. Born with the first and middle name George Kenneth, what father-son duo would end up combining for 16 All-Stars, 1 MVP, 2 World Series, 10 Gold Glove, and 7 Silver Sluggers?
Locked in.
Mm. I'm locked in.
All right, Christian,
Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr.
Nick.
Griffey. It's the Griffey father and
All
son
right,
duo.
and I put a bonus in there, but it just doesn't really matter at this point. I feel like Nick's done pretty well with these nicknames.
I hung him out, dude. Just
You beat him. You bent him over and
told you.
spanked him a bit.
I told you I
Show
was
him his
coming for
daddy.
you. You cannot win 2 in a row and expect me not to come out here swinging.
I'll give you the bonus one because this one's more interesting to me. The Griffeys aren't the only father and son duo to go by their middle name as opposed to their first name. I'll throw a good wrench into things and ask what father and son duo's real first name was Ralph.
Oh, I already locked in.
I have a little hint at the back end there that says as opposed to the Rescue Rangers sounding name.
Oh, wait.
Again,
Why?
like I said, the Griffeys aren't the only father and son duo to go by their middle name as opposed to their first name. I'll throw a good wrench into things and ask what father and son's duo's real first name was Ralph, as opposed to their Rescue Rangers sounding name.
I think I got this wrong, but I'm gonna just go with it. I'll give you the last name.
I feel like if you give me the last name, you should know first and last name.
Yeah, I can't think of the first name right now.
You should be able to. Christian, you got any?
Baseball father son.
No. I just said father son
Oh.
duo. It's not baseball father son. You probably Nick's probably saw Ripken.
Oh.
I'll let you guess again because
Oh no! Don't want to
Wait.
guess again. He locked in.
Well, hold on. Repeat
the
it
fuck
again.
over
And
there.
I'll tell you who I was
said-
thinking.
Okay.
Why didn't it need to be repeated? You locked in.
Yeah, well, I said the Griffeys aren't the only father and son duo to go by their middle name as opposed to their first name. I'll throw a good wrench into things and ask what father and son duo's real first name was Ralph. And again, I put at the back end of this question as opposed to their Rescue Rangers sounding name.
Yeah.
If you guys know what the Rescue Rangers are.
All right,
Yeah.
locked in. I guess.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm
gonna
just
give
throw
you
one out there. Just gonna throw one out there.
I was going with baseball and I was going with Gwyn.
I was going with Archie and Peyton.
All right. Well, you know who the Rescue Rangers are?
No.
Mm-mm.
Nope. Chip and Dale.
Nope. Doesn't help
Dale
me.
Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Oh, well, what the heck? Why didn't I think of that? A wrench into things.
A good wrench is
Oh,
Dale Earnhardt
That's
Sr.'s
rough.
big sponsor. Also fun facts, this is also the Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s dad's first name was also Ralph, and he was also a NASCAR racer. So he had 3 generations of NASCAR racers with the first name Ralph.
That's insane. That's crazy. Wow.
I can understand not wanting to be called Ralph though.
Hey, wow. I'm gonna go ahead and say I told you, Christian, you were not gonna win 3 in a row. Did I not? I didn't just beat you. I ripped your heart out.
I mean, final score was what,
stand a
7-5? 7-5?
Well, I think he had 8 because I think
8-5?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, final
I got
score
2.
8-5.
And I'm pretty sure it's more than that.
It's all right.
But it's
you may
okay.
have got more than that because I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like you missed only like really 2 questions maybe.
I missed
don't
2
know.
questions, so I had 8.
And you got a bonus.
Yeah. But anyway, I told you I was coming for you. You might win the next one, but I just slaughtered you, so that's all that matters.
Do you
But
guys
hey,
know if I told you the first name Wardell, do you guys know who that one would be?
Curry.
Yeah, that's Stefan. All right, keep going, Nick.
But let's get us into our hot takes of the week. So what we got over there?
Yeah, I mean, it was looking hard, guys, and I took it not long ago here, but I'm gonna.
It was looking hard, so you took it. That's interesting.
Yeah, but I'm gonna I'm gonna retake this, double down. Basically, I want to say I took this bet about 2 weeks ago, but I'm gonna take it again here. I think the Phillies are going to be in sole possession of number one wild card spot. But not only that, I'll give them a 1.5 game lead over the 2 spot.
Okay, but they're like a half game back as of right now, something like that.
Half game back, so they need 2 games. Yep.
Games. Giants. I mean, the Giants are on like a 6-7 game win streak right now too, so they're
Yep,
not doing
they're
too
hot.
bad right now. My hot take. My last hot. First of all, let me say, Christian, your hot take last week was almost dead on. You said that the Eagles would pick up somebody from a safety or linebacker. You said via trade, but they did pick up Miles Jack. Which I'm down with that, even though Miles Jack wasn't.
Yeah. And Zach Cunningham, which is a good pickup.
But last week I said the Cubs would be in first place in the NL Central. They weren't. However, they had a really good week last week. They won 2-3 against the Reds, 2-3 against the Braves. The Reds got swept by the Nationals. The only flaw is the Brewers won 3 of 6 games. So the Cubs are a game and a half back and tied in second, which isn't too bad. So with the NFL preseason truly beginning, I think this means, my hot take, that Dalvin Cook, Melvin Ingram, and Jadeveon Clowney will all find teams by the end of the week. I think these are the best names out there right now, maybe besides guard Dalton Risner. They're going to need some time to get used to team schemes, and what better way than to start during preseason practices. I personally think Dalvin goes to the Jets, Ingram goes to the Ravens, and Clowney ends up in Miami.
Okay.
Wow, that's crazy. That'd be insane.
Like
if that all happens, that'd be insane. I'm going to stick to big.
I like that.
Put the parlay on.
I'm going to go ahead and say the Reds are going to be in first place in that division. It's been going back and forth. They have a tougher schedule this week. First part, they're playing the Marlins, and the Brewers are playing the Rockies.
Makes you feel better. The Reds just beat the Marlins 5-2.
Well, yeah, it's perfect. And then on the series, they have the Pirates. The Reds are playing the Pirates in Pittsburgh. I don't know. Brewers have White Sox. Not a huge matchup, but this is going to be the downfall of Brewers. They were hot for a while, but now they're starting to come back down. Reds, I think the Reds might be a better team. So I'm going to take the Reds. The Reds
have had a really cold 2 weeks so far.
I know, but I think they're a better team, and I'm going to go ahead and say the Reds aren't only going to be in first place, but they're going to be in first place by 2 games. Okay. That's my hot take. But guys, I just set up our fantasy leagues. I got 4 different leagues, guys. They all have different names.
Yes, sir.
All we need you to do is like and comment that you want in, and we'll try to get you a spot into this. Again, it's 12 teams. Winner of each is going to get $50. I can't wait. I want to see some creative names out of everybody too. I want to see something good.
I wouldn't mind. I would not mind giving some sort of prize out for the best team name.
I'm good with that. Best team name in each league. We'll give it. Yeah, we'll give it a nice little gift. But make sure it's a good one. If it's not good enough, then we won't do it in each one.
I'll do my budgeting, see if I have room for all 4 leagues.
We'll do something for you for sure. But yeah, hey. Other than that, man, enjoy the week. I started school, so I'm busy. Yeah. I am busy.
I mean, I'm going to have to start editing more. So that's going to be fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun, guys. You'll enjoy it. But it's only like 7 months or so, and then I'll get another job.
Almost a baby.
Right back at it. Yeah, exactly. I'll be in the 3rd trimester for sure. But guys, enjoy the week. We'll see you next week. Later this week. We'll see you on Friday.
Yeah, later this week.
Yo, listen up. Introduce to you the highlight taking podcast. We bring the heat is true. Hosted by David, Nick, and Christian. That's a crew. They drop knowledge and hot takes at the sports IQ. We dive into the game from hoops to gridiron, analyzing every play like we were the champion. With witty banter and humor, we keep the fun. HTP fam, we always bring the #1. Highlight taking podcast, we taking over the scene. We drop dubs and chugs, living the sports dream. From hot takes to deep dive, it's a winning regime. Come join the hype, we not just blowing steam.